Alright guys, so I have this Viking Lithium-Ion jump starter, 2000 peak amp. I'm going to be opening this up, showing you what's in this box, what's it look like, what to expect before buying it, because in the store you're not going to be able to open this up and see what it actually comes with. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what this looks like on the inside, and let's get to opening this. This is glued shut pretty good, but I see a tag there. Let's get this ready to pull it open. Cut that. Let's flip this tab out. There we go. We're opening it from the bottom. Sweet. Alright. This one we got. Nice cool carrying case. Yeah, I'm sure that there's somewhere on the box that tells you everything that's in this. But why not show you? So let's just go ahead and look at this. I wonder if it's actually that size. I bet you it is. So we have some jumper cables. Just picked this stuff up today. Charger. Right. You have power bank. Let's see this out. Not how I thought it was going to be. You must charge completely before first use every time battery drops below 50% and every 3 to 6 months, or cannot be returned. But I got the extended warranty on this. I hate that. And just give me a decent sticker. Now it's ugly. 71%. I want to give you the quick version of this. So when you're on your first use, you want to completely charge this thing up before using it. You want to do this every 3 to 6 months, fully charge it. Do not charge this in below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It should take 4 to 5 hours to completely charge. Last but not least, when you're done charging it, you want to unplug it. It says it right here. Just follow the instructions. Using the work light. So we're going to hold this for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And you have your work light that's working. It's on the front side. To go between the strobe settings and the SOS, you're just going to tap it once. Hit it again for the next. And hit it again for the final, just the flashlight. To shut it off, you're going to be holding it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. And that's back off. For jump starting a vehicle, 12 volt vehicles, first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that your power is above 50%. And again, on your first time using this, you want to charge this all the way up to 100% before using it. So at the 50% range, I'm sure you can still jumpstart stuff, but you want to get it on the charger as soon as possible once it reaches 50% is what this is saying. What you're going to do is, for the jump starting process, you're going to take this off here. Always make sure that your positive and negative clamps are not touching each other or even close to touching each other. What you're going to know by this being plugged in here to the very top is you have a green flashing light. This green flashing light means it's in standby mode, okay? So when you finally get around to hooking this up to a vehicle, you're gonna squeeze this, put it on the positive terminal, and then you're gonna take this black one, put it to the negative terminal. This green light will now be a solid green, telling you that you can now attempt to crank over the engine. Just keep in mind that some batteries may need to charge for a little bit. You might want to wait 30 seconds. Honestly, it's not a bad habit to get into. Just go ahead and wait a few seconds before you go ahead and just slam that on. The car turns on, and then you're going to want to disconnect the negative first, so your system's completely detached and you have no ground. So even if this was off and you touch this to anything, it won't spark because you don't have a complete circuit there. This is the way you should do it. Just remove the ground first and then remove the positive. After that, you can go ahead and unplug this. Just give it a few wiggles. That's off. Close this up. And that should be pretty much it. That's how you would start the vehicle. I will give an actual tutorial on how to start a vehicle. Just not in this video, I just want to go over basically the basics of this. Give it a few seconds. This will start blinking here. And then moving on to your input and your outputs. So your charge cable, which is a Type-C charger, this is going to be your input. Your input is what you're going to be charging the unit with. Output would be you're sending power out to something, okay? So the only outputs that you have are these two here, the USB outlets here. Your Type-C is for charging the unit itself. Something that they could have done a little bit better was label these for, you could just say input or output somewhere over here on this piece here, which could fall off potentially, okay? Another thing to keep in mind is you only want to use the charge cable provided by the manufacturer. Okay. it's going to have a rating, water/dust resistance. It's an IPX3. In short, guys, this thing is not waterproof. The water resistance rating is rated for rainwater. So obviously, if you're in a bad situation and you want to use this in the rain, you can do that. Okay, try to keep these outlets from getting wet and stuff. If you're going to use it, turn it on its side or something. Try not to get things wet. So now I just want to touch base on price point here. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to see for this 2000 amp jump starter is going to be the Harbor Freight that pops up here, right? This is just on Google Chrome. And we got $139.99, and I'm sure you can get a coupon somewhere online and make it cheaper. I paid that, and then I also paid the extra, I believe it was $25 for 2 extra years of protection. They told me anything that happens, so if I get it scuffed or it's right before the 2-year, just bring it in. Just tell them there's something wrong with it. They're just going to replace it. No questions asked. They're just going to give you another one. And that's what I plan to do, honestly. If you run it over and it's literally broken in pieces, bring it in. They'll replace it. But if you look through the price points of things, right? So we're talking a 12-volt battery jumper. This is not that bad for something that I can have in my car that's this small. It's really convenient. You can pretty much find a Harbor Freight in every state that you're in. So go ahead, give it a shot. I will be doing a demo video on how to use this for those of you that do need it. For the most part, most people know how to use this. Again, for the price point, I don't think we're doing too bad. $140 plus the $25 for the 2-year extended warranty, no questions asked. I'll pay that. So, see you guys later. If you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching What's in the Box.